this is an iHeart podcast. Guaranteed human.
Hey everyone, it's Cal Penn. I'm inviting you to join the best-sounding book club you've ever heard with my podcast, Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club. Every episode, I nerd out with amazing guests and dive into the best new audiobooks available on Audible. It's the book club for your ears. Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Based on the best-selling novel from Carly Fortune, the new Prime original series Every Year After follows Sam and Percy across 6 summers as they take a second chance at a love that never really let go. It's the kind of story that brings you back to a summer crush you never fully got over, or a friendship that almost turned into something more. With slow burn tension, lakeside nostalgia, and that lingering what if, it's the kind of show people say they couldn't stop watching and were a little emotionally destroyed by, in the best way. Watch Every Year After, streaming June 10th, only on Prime.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only. Then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
When Kohler, global design leader in luxurious kitchen and bath products, asked me to be their ambassador for timeless, elegant, durable cast iron, I said, I'm in. Soon after, I was in their Kohler, Wisconsin foundry, watching molten iron poured, enamel applied by hand, and the beautiful finished pieces ready to ship. Since 1883, Kohler cast iron has been crafted by incredible artisans, and seeing it firsthand gave me a whole new appreciation for their craftsmanship. Now, I'm proud to lend my stamp of approval to my favorite Kohler cast iron products for their durability, beauty, and enduring style. Shop my curated picks at Kohler.com. As the Kohler cast iron ambassador, I say, long live cast iron.
Intro, go! Laugh with me when the rent's past due and the car won't start. Laugh with me when the only sponsor is my broken heart. We're hanging on this janky stream, 2 weird voices in the glow of a screen. If the world won't sing, then let it laugh with me.
Welcome back. It's a brand new episode. This is Laugh With Me, the podcast with Jeremy Odem, and I'm your host.
Jeremy stares at the stats and shaking over takeout boxes. Johnny's already mapping hotels on a napkin with greasy crosses. They quit jobs they kinda hate it. Tell their bosses, catch the show. Boss just shrugs, hope it's funny. Johnny grins, you'll never know.
Hey, it's J.O., and it is June. It is summertime, and in America, we are celebrating 250 years. Now, to our global audience, you're thinking, okay, not that impressive. Here in America, big deal. Big freaking deal. Not a lot of things make it to 250, whether that be in years or in days sometimes. I mean, think about even here in podcasting. We're at episode 147 of Laugh With Me, which in podcasts like lives, this is actually a long time. This might even be the equivalent of an America 250. Because that is a long freaking time. We're proud to be here, just like America is, at 250. And there's big things planned for the 250th birthday of the United States of America. Well, at least there was. There was a major concert that was scheduled to happen. It appears maybe that's not the case anymore. A lineup of superstars have completely dropped out. We're going to go. Johnny, can you give me the list of those artists that were a part of America 250 concert. I know Milli Vanilli was one of the artists that that had backed out. Let's see, who else? It was Flo Rida. Let's see, Flo Rida. Thank you, Johnny. CNC Music Factory. That would have been a good one. Young MC. That would have been good. So, and this is all was going to happen June 25th through July 10th at the National Mall in D.C. Okay, so we were going to have Milli Vanilli, CNC Music Factory, Young MC, Martina McBride. Now that so far the biggest name. Vanilla Ice. I don't care what the event is. So this whole Freedom 250, this is the Great American State Fair. This would have been a big deal. In fact, people have been hating on this lineup, and I'm not even through them all yet. The Commodores, Bret Michaels. Bret Michaels was going to be there. Flo Rida, Morris Day and the Time, which, honestly, that would have been awesome. Like, that's who you want at an event like this. But it's a Great American State Fair. And people were like, oh, you couldn't get better artists, like, you know, blah, blah, blah. Well, you couldn't even get Kid Rock. First of all, enough with the Kid Rock. As a guy who grew up liking some of Kid Rock's music, I think we're done with the Kid Rock stuff. I think he has expired himself out. But this lineup, when you think about it, when you think about state fairs in general, isn't this kind of what you think of? This is what you want, right? This isn't, you know, BTS. Is it BTS? The K-pop? That's Johnny? That's not who you're going to get at an event like this. You're not getting Harry Styles, okay? You're getting state fair performers that are probably going to be performing on, like, the free stages. I mean, that's what you're getting. This is a free show. Celebrating America's best. Well, shoot, Flo Rida. His name's spelled Florida. That's one of the states. A lot of people don't know that. This is so it turns into what was supposed to be a celebration of America's 250. It's turned into a political thing, and every artist drops out, right? So they're all out. Concert's over. And the president's like, well, we're just going to do a big old rally, which is always the backup plan. Which, honestly, maybe that's even what he wanted in the first place. Who knows? But the huge mistake, though, not being able to lock down, Morris Day and the Time, Flo Rida, Vanilla Ice. Like, this would have been pretty freaking cool to see these. This is like the White Guy Warp Tour. Is that even, Johnny, that's not even a good joke. No, that's not even deserving of that. But I got a better idea. Honestly, I was thinking about things that are like current, current in America, that maybe something that would have gotten the people going for 250, something that would have been newsworthy, entertaining, and launched us into the next 250. Okay? So forget having this county fair lineup. Like, that's not going to do it. That would have been fun. Like, this is a show that, every 4th of July-ish around that time, there's this free concert that happens in Omaha, Nebraska, where I'm at. And it's, these essentially two big headliners and then, some local acts. Any one of these artists would have been cool for that. Guaranteed. Would have been big crowds. Would have been fun to see. But forget that. This is big. This is America 250. This is something that we need to go all out for, okay? So forget the acts, forget the fireworks, forget the parades, forget the military flyovers. We don't need any of that. We need a real headliner. Something we have never seen before and honestly may never see again. Bring out the aliens. That's right. The headliner now has to be a real alien at America 250, okay? I don't want costumes. I don't want CGI or holograms. I don't want some guy from Portland with crystals around his neck. Okay, I want an actual alien. I want him unveiled at the National Mall, and we're going to call him Zorb. That's his name, Zorb. Reportedly, the real alien that we will see for the first time at the National Mall, his name is Zorb. And honestly, that sounds exactly like an alien's name. Like that's like Todd for aliens, right? Zorb. That's definitely a guy who's traveled like 6,000 light years to see what all the fuss is about in America. Now, the problem is going to be finding celebrity guests, because you gotta have celebrity guests when you're unveiling an alien. And who's going to interview the real alien? So we took down a list of people who would be celebrity-esque that could be alongside Zorb for the America 250 unveiling. Now, obviously, first up, you're probably going to have to consider one of the people who's been right about the aliens from the get. This is a guy who's been talking about aliens for decades now. This is a guy who has invested his own money into creating more opportunity to find out more about extraterrestrials. And that would be Tom DeLonge from Blink-182. All along, Tom has been a guy who has not only believed, but he has also put his money where his mouth is, put money into research, into development of different ways to find people who have seen or at least believe. And he's a guy. He's a guy connected. He said he was talking about it. Maybe I don't know if he was talking about in concerts or podcasts or wherever he was. He's talking about this. And the next thing he knows, he's getting an email, and it's like, you need to meet us at this day at this time, this place near the Pentagon. So he just goes. He doesn't know who it is. He just goes. He follows the leads, and the next thing you know, years and years later, he's got pictures of real aliens on his phone that he's showing people at weddings. Like, this is that's the life he lives. Is that more important and more, I guess, interesting about him, or the fact that, he's back in Blink? I don't know. I'll let you decide that. I'm a fan of both. But Tom DeLonge obviously would be somebody you would want to have around for America 250, especially if we're talking about aliens. I mean, he spent well over 20 years talking about this, saying that they're real and they're out there. And can you imagine what he's going to be like when he gets on stage? I mean, he's a showman. When he gets on stage and there's a real life Zorb on stage waving to the people, he's going to care less about the alien and more about yelling at the crowd. Be like, who's crazy now? He's going to wear his Tom Was Right t-shirt and a Padres hat. Like, that's going to be Tom DeLonge. But, it's going to be a huge victory lap for Tom DeLonge just to be there standing and talking to an alien. But I got a feeling it's possible he's just going to spend most of it talking to the crowd, telling them that he was right, which might be entertaining all on its own. Who knows? All right, another celebrity, somebody who we think could potentially be maybe a good fit for this, and that's Giorgio Tsoukalos. And I know I said that wrong, okay? I don't really need your crap, Johnny, because, yes, I know how to read, but sometimes the words are a lot. Sometimes the letters are jumbled together in ways that no one knows. And did I take the time to figure out how to pronounce it correctly? Absolutely not. More on my mind lately than that. But here you are. So Giorgio, you know him. He's the Ancient Aliens hair guy. The human exclamation point's what I like to call him. The second Zorb appears, Giorgio's hair grows like another 6 inches. Like, he's, like, as soon as it's confirmed, like, his hair is just going to skyrocket. His hairstyle is powered directly by extraterrestrial activity, so it's going to immediately get growth by this. But they're going to ask him, did aliens build the pyramids? He's going to ask Zorb, and he'll answer, I don't know. Then pause dramatically. But yes. And the crowd's just going to go nuts, and he's just going to be there to absorb it all. Yeah, get it, Johnny? Get that one? Thank you. But he's probably not. He might be like more of like a lamer, like a more boring fit. Although he would be a good fit. He's obviously qualified. He's no Tom DeLonge. But this next one is a showman as well, and somebody who may be able to use this to parlay into being back into the public spotlight. So this might be somebody who maybe needs the moment and will do the little extras needed to make sure that this is a never forget moment in America. And that would be actor, rapper, Will Smith. Because if we're having aliens, you got to have the guy from Independence Day, right? Like, Will's going to walk on stage. He's going to look at Zorb. He's going to look back at the audience. And he's just going to be like, I told y'all every fourth. You know, like it's going to be a bit to him. Like, it's just big performance arc to him.
You've never been one to settle. Stand down or stand still. You're a lifelong learner, energized by excellence. There's a fire inside you can't ignore. You've got competition to outrun, momentum to build on, and your own high standards to meet. Stop now? Not a chance. At Capella University, we help you catch what you're chasing because you've always had the drive. Now, go earn the degree. Capella University. What can't you do? Visit capella.edu to learn more.
Hello. This is Malcolm Gladwell from Smart Talks with IBM. Today we're diving into a fascinating conversation with Stefano Pallard, Head of Fan Development for Scuderia Ferrari HP.
Your pronunciation is strongly American. It's more Scuderia Ferrari.
I'm still working on rolling my R's. But what I was able to learn from Stefano was the importance of engaging the tifosi, the Ferrari superfans in the digital age.
Ferrari fans and superfans want to be part of something, want to belong to something. So they want to be part of a community, and ultimately they want to be part of a winning team.
You've got Ferrari, which is a long history, design history. And now you're interacting in a kind of digital space. And I'm curious how you balance those two traditions.
When it comes to fan engagement, it's really digital technology and digital channels are the enable to create a deeper connection with our fans.
To learn more about how Ferrari and IBM are using technology to build deeper connections with fans, visit ibm.com/Ferrari.
When Kohler, the global design leader in luxurious kitchen and bath products, came to me and said, "Martha, we need an ambassador for our timeless, elegant, durable cast iron products," I said, "I'm in. Now let me see the factory." Weeks later, I was suited up in coveralls and work boots, walking through their Kohler, Wisconsin cast iron foundry. I stood next to the molten iron furnace, saw the hand-applying enamel, and touched the gorgeous finished products waiting to be sent out into the world. Since 1883, Kohler cast iron products have been forged and finished by the incredible craftspeople right in Kohler, Wisconsin. I'll tell you, I gained a newfound respect and appreciation for Kohler's cast iron craftsmanship. So now, I'm lending my discerning stamp of approval to my most beloved Kohler cast iron products for their durability, beauty, and timelessness. Shop my Kohler cast iron favorites curated on Kohler.com. Bring the warmth, character, and enduring style of these timeless products into your kitchens and bathrooms. As the Kohler cast iron ambassador, I say, long live cast iron.
Hey everyone, it's Cal Penn, host of Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club. This week on the podcast, I'm sitting down with Will Wheaton, who played Gordy LaChance in Stand By Me 40 years ago and now narrates Stephen King's The Body, the novella that inspired it all. We talk about what it's like to return to a story that shaped his life, channeling his memories of River Phoenix in the recording booth, and why the friendships you have at 12 might be the most important ones you'll ever have.
I know Gordy LaChance. I am Gordy LaChance. Like, I mean, even when I was a little kid, I was Gordy LaChance when I didn't know it.
Listen to Earsay, the Audible and iHeart audiobook club on the iHeart Radio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
But then they'll announce the first attraction. Will Smith, we've got Zora, the first attraction at the America 250 Alien event. And it's going to be the tour of an actual spaceship. Now, this sounds amazing until you remember who's attending, and that's us Americans. The first spaceship tour is going to last 4 minutes before somebody's going to ask, can I put a trailer hitch on this thing? And you know that's the kind of crowd that'll be at 250. Like, you just know. And then another one immediately looking for the cup holders. Someone's trying to finance it. Within an hour, there's lifted spaceships in Nebraska. You know there would be, and that's exactly how we would do it. But then, this is the fun part, okay? So we've got Will Smith now. He's interviewing Zora. That's going to be awesome. We've got spaceship tours, real spaceship tours. And then we're going to have an amusement park. Forget Ferris wheels. Let's have Area 51 land, Johnny. Like, Area 51 land. Like, is it too late to actually get this going? Like, it's June. It's early June, first week of June right now. June 25th is when we're doing this on the National Mall. I mean, if it's not too late to completely flip the lineup from Milli Vanilli to Zora and Will Smith, then it's not too late to get an Area 51 land going. It'll be the happiest conspiracy on Earth. Featured attractions could include the Abduction Drop Tower. You get strapped into a chair, lights go out, you wake up 30 seconds later, well, in the gift shop, and that's all that matters. That's where you can buy your Trump Gold phone. They will have them in the gift shop. Then there's crop circle coasters, okay? A roller coaster that goes nowhere but leaves confusing patterns in a cornfield. So it's just kind of going to zip around. So these rides, they're fairly easy to put together and will just fit. It'll fit the vibe. But my favorite one is going to be the congressional hearing. It's a simulator ride where government officials almost answer questions for 90 straight minutes. Parents are calling it educational. Kids are calling it boring. Congress is calling it a documentary. That's going to be real. Now, because America cannot leave well enough alone, there's going to also be sports. And ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the first ever real life Space Jam. Now, we're going to have to try to get Michael, right? You got to try to get Michael. But let's do something a little different. We're going to have Michael Jordan come out just as like a ceremonial piece. Okay? He's actually going to play. We're not going to do basketball against cartoon characters. No. This is going to be basketball against aliens. Team Earth has already announced its lineup. We're going to have LeBron, obviously. Steph Curry, obviously. We're going to need a random guy from a YMCA in Kansas, obviously. And Charles Barkley, because somehow Charles gets invited to everything. Have you noticed? Charles is just a guy you can plug and play into any sport and any event, and nobody questions it. Like, he's entertaining as hell. And I think he'd be perfect for this, too. Give him a microphone. Let's just let Charles Barkley talk for a bit. Let's make it 3-on-3 and just let Charles sub, and if needed, because I'm sure the YMCA guy from Kansas, the playground guy from Kansas ain't going to be able to last. So Charles will have to sub in at some point, but just give him a microphone on the bench and just let him go. But the aliens, though, here's the thing. They're going to be 9 feet tall. They can teleport, and they can read minds. Oh, and they shoot 100% from three-point range. So it's going to be very, very interesting. But even with Earth as a 700-point underdog, Barkley still likes our chances. So I think we're going to be okay. I like the idea of a real-life Space Jam, and I certainly think we could put that on the White House lawn. We'll put the court next to the UFC cage. Because you can't just have, because at some point people are going to be like, well, I thought they used to have like a T-ball game on the White House lawn, or we used to have Easter egg hunts, and we used to throw the Frisbee around with the dog and do some fun things. And now we just have a UFC cage that's going to get used once. You're right. So we also need a basketball court for our Space Jam. Why not? Why not? Whatever Zorb wants, right? I like the idea of the real-life Space Jam, though. What about an alien petting zoo? This is not something I think is, I mean, it's an idea, okay? And for the record, this was Johnny's idea. I don't want to be on the record for putting out there an alien petting zoo. I'm against it. I think it's dangerous. Because if they're the ones petting us, it's not going to be what you think it is. Like, you walk in expecting to see aliens. Instead, there's a sign that's like, please remain calm while being observed. And it's just going to be an alien kid watching me drink my soda. Like, that's, it's going to get weird. The little alien kid's like, look, Dad, this one tells jokes. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. And I don't trust it. Because you just never know where that's going to end. But at the end of it, at the end of the night, that's when Zorb finally comes out. We've got all these different events. We got the petting zoo. We've got the amusement park, the Area 51 amusement park. We've got all this stuff going on here. And, of course, at the very end, the main event, we've got Will Smith interviewing Zorb, the real-life first-ever alien. 100,000 people would gather for this, right? Don't you think? Don't you think we get 100,000 people there to see a real-life alien? News cameras everywhere, military escorts. Trump can give a presidential speech if he wants. We'll have big dramatic music, curtain drops. Zorb will be standing there. He'll look out, and in his alien voice will say, "So this is Earth?" Of course he's heard of Earth for centuries. He's expected flying cities, expected advanced civilization, expected universal health care even. And somebody's going to hand him a gas station hot dog, and he's going to be devastated. Poor guy traveled across the universe and landed in a Buc-ee's. Which will be fun for us, but Zorb definitely expecting much more. So then Will Smith starts asking, Zorb, what do you have for us? What do you want to know about America? Why are there 17 streaming services? Well, obviously nobody knows that. So we're not going to be able to answer that, Zorb. Why do you answer work emails while on vacation? Again, Zorb, there's not really answers for that. It's just how we live. Zorb will say, why is your printer always broken? Again, it's very delicate. And you've seen it when it prints the pages. It's just shaking left and right. Pieces get loose. At this point, humanity's going to get embarrassed. I mean, we're going to think, this alien thinks we're disorganized. He's just going to start reviewing America like Gordon Ramsay. The national parks are incredible. Well, thank you. The music is fantastic. Well, thank you, Zorb. The internet comments are horrifying. All right, that's fair. Do people seem nice? Yeah, thank you. The political system appears designed by raccoons. Yeah, that's fair, Zorb. And in fact, if you have any advice, we could use some. Eventually, though, Zorb will get comfortable in America, and he'll want to become an American citizen. And huge applause. People will get emotional. They'll be crying on the White House front lawn all the way to the National Mall. Huge applause. But then he reveals the reason. Everything Earth has something that his planet doesn't. It has everything. It has, well, buffalo wings. That's it. That's the entire reason. Zorb has never had chicken wings. He would love to have some of that chicken that we have here on Earth. So that's it. That's apparently some chicken wings, some ranch dressing. That is what he has known of us. And he must be a big Midwest guy if he's thinking chicken wings and ranch. Yeah. Anyway, that's Zorb, man. But it's going to be one of the greatest events in American history. I mean, at the end, there's going to be the largest fireworks display in human history. Except it's what we think is fireworks. It's not actually going to be fireworks. It's going to be alien technology. There's going to be massive lights filling the sky. The crowd's going to get stunned. People are going to be crying. People are going to be cheering. They're not going to know what's going to happen. And then, then it's going to be time to leave. And there's going to be lots of complaints about the parking. And it takes forever to get out of here. And, of course, anybody who took a bus or a shuttle to the event is going to be just going crazy with how long it's going to take to get out of there. Hours, probably. Hours, Johnny, it would take to get out of something like that. Well, that's if, people actually go to this event. This is exactly why I think it needs to be less, state fair, and it needs to be more Independence Day turned into like a Comic-Con. That's what this needs to be. People turn out for Comic-Cons. Actually, they don't just turn out. Freaking things sell out everywhere. They're all over the country. I mean, it used to be, used to have just the big Comic-Cons on the coast, and now every damn city's got their own Comic-Con and with their own C-rate celebrity, and they show up. So there you go. That's the future of this. That's the future of America 250. It's a damn shame that we didn't think of this. Instead, we got Milli Vanilli, and I'm not even hating so much on that it was Milli Vanilli, because I think this group of stars would have been fun at a state fair. But we want aliens. Damn it. And we need aliens before 2027. And if you listen to WTL, Where's the Line? It's the other podcast I'm on. You got to check it out. Just in this last episode, we talked about this alien. Then on Kalshi, in the predictive markets, there is actually a live trade right now on whether or not a real-life alien is going to get pulled into existence, whether it's going to be deemed that it is real by 2027. There's a lot of money online here. A lot of money. This is, you can tell where I'm standing on the issue. Bring out Zora.
America thing sort of feels like when your grandma's turning 85 and everyone feels like they need to throw a big party because there's probably not going to be like another big milestone birthday to celebrate. So you got to make a big deal of this one. Anyways, I was just thinking that.
Hit that intro, go! Laugh with me when the rent's past due and the car won't start. Laugh with me when the only sponsor is my broken heart. We're hanging on this janky stream, two weird voices in the glow of a screen. If the world won't sing, then let it laugh with me.
M&M's popped caramel do sound different. Oh no, people are gonna be obsessed.
What do you mean?
People hate the sound of chewing. Maybe they won't like the crunch.
Maybe we're saved.
Wait a minute. Yellow!
Huh?
Have you been eating them this whole time?
So tasty.
Hands off us.
M&M's popped caramel. It's more fun together.
Lots of places can expose you to identity theft. That's why LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity, which is way more than anyone can do on their own. If we find anything suspicious, like new loans or changes to your financial accounts, we alert you right away, all through text, phone, email, or the LifeLock app. Save up to 30% your first year. Visit lifelock.com/iHeart. Terms apply.
Here's the truth. You could literally be adored by everyone and then come home and still get completely ignored by your own cat. It's classic cat behavior. But new Sheba Premium Puree is a lickable treat that changes all that. They're protein-rich, made with bone broth, and have the smooth, creamy texture cats go crazy for, especially when it's hand-fed. Yeah, it's more than a treat. It's a fast pass to favorite human status. So feed your cat Sheba and go from totally ignored to truly adored in just 12 days, guaranteed, or your money back. Learn more at Sheba.com.
There's a fire inside you can't ignore. Stand still? Not a chance. You're a lifelong learner who's come this far. Now, we're here to help you keep going further. Capella University. What can't you do? Visit capella.edu to learn more.